my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Cody's brothers, my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Ride or die, 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 ride or die. Cody's brothers, my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta ride or die.
Warriors around, don't get caught in the mosh pit. Fuel to the fire, ain't nobody can stop it. Trouble in my city, but you know I'm across it. Got a 40 on my hip and I'm liable to spark it. Throw down these hits, my click is indivisible. I aim, you duck, I squeeze, now you invisible. I'm not afraid of getting physical. All these different chemicals are fogging up my visuals. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Yo, we notorious, we ain't no runners. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Yo, we some warriors, they ain't called gunners. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Put on my strap, put on the beat, put on the map, put on my team. Take out every motherfucker in between. Know what I mean? Better myself, better my aim, better my rep, better my name. Killing rappers on my hang, I'm by their chains for the fame. Never thought I would it, now I'm running. You don't wanna follow me, now I'm in front of.
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Steve the Kidney Nurse. I am your host, Steve Belcher. Thank you for joining. Let me tell you something. Tonight's show, man, you better share this broadcast, especially if you know someone that has kidney disease, stage 1, 2, 3, 4, and even 5, up to a certain point. Bring them to this broadcast, okay? Because they need to hear this story, a story of hope and inspiration, a story of using this product, Renal, that you see me advertise in my campaign. Now, let me say one thing about Renal before we move on. This product has not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to cure, treat, or even diagnose. All right? So if you have kidney problems, give this a try. It's a probiotic. Okay? There's many probiotics out there, but this probiotic right here is specifically for kidney health. Specifically for kidney health. I got my TikTok family on one side, and I got the family out here that I'm talking to. But we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the story and how this individual, my guest, Candace Madden, went from a GFR from 6%. That's a single digit. That's almost dialysis. 5% or below, kidney doctors want to start you on dialysis at 5% or below. Or if you haven't even any kind of symptoms, they're going to want to start, depending on your blood work. But this warrior right here beat the odds. Okay, we don't know what the future holds, but right now, she's not on dialysis, and she went from 6% to 14%. All right? So, and she had some help with that. She had another kidney warrior that has a show, and I'll let her say it. We all know him, but I want to let her tell it, and we're going to go from there. So let me give her the VIP treatment. Where we go? Where is it at? Here we go. Hey, Candace, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Welcome to Steve the Kidney Nurse. I really, really appreciate you taking the time out coming on my show at such short notice. But
Yeah.
when I, seen your post where you responded to one of my videos pertaining to
Yeah.
Renal and
Hmm.
how you were taking it, excuse me, I was blown away.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I'm going to be very honest and straightforward. You rarely hear, and I'm not saying there's not any, but I haven't seen many people of color
Yeah.
taking this product right here,
Yeah.
something that will really, help with their kidney function.
Yeah.
Everybody is different, so it may work for some, it may not work for any, but on the same token, it's a probiotic. So let's go from here. How did kidney disease get into your life? How did you know you had kidney disease?
So my story started April of 2021. So my family and I, we were on spring break vacation, and we went down to Orlando, and I was just like really tired during the trip. I was more exhausted than my husband, my mother-in-law, and even the kids. So I like after we would walk around Disney Springs, the Animal Kingdom, I was just really exhausted. And I came to the vacation house and I just slept for the rest of the day. But I'm not thinking anything of it. I'm just thinking, well, my birthday's coming up in July. So maybe I'm getting older, I'm tired. So when we got back home the following week, I just didn't feel like myself. I told my husband, something is not right, but my neck was hurting really badly. And so I was like, I need to go see the chiropractor. My neck was hurting so bad, I had to sleep with a neck pillow because it was bothering me. So I went to the chiropractor, and the chiropractor was like, yeah, I can take care of your neck for you. I just need to take your blood pressure first because that's just normal, what I do for everybody. And so he took my blood pressure, and it was like 247 over 127. And he was like, that can't be right. So we're gonna take it again. Just relax, calm down, we'll take it again. So we took it again, and it was the same. 247 over 147. He's like, you need to go to like a patient first or an emergency room because this is really dangerously high. So I went to patient first, and my sister, she like lives down the street from patient first. So I wanted to go to that particular one because I knew, my family would be close to me. So I went to that patient first. They took blood work and they took my blood pressure. And they said, the doctor came in the room and he said, you have a couple things going on with you. You are extremely iron deficient and you are in kidney failure. And I stood up immediately and I was like, who? Like, even though it's just me and him in the room, I was like, who? What are you talking about? And he's like, you're in kidney failure. What hospital you want to go to? And I I was like, my world just, it was devastating. So he said, you can't drive yourself because your blood pressure is like so high. People normally have strokes at that blood pressure. So I called, like I said, my sister lived down the street. So I called her, and she hey everybody, I see you guys over here in the chat. Um I called her. She came to patient first. She picked me up. She took me to the hospital. I said, I want to go to GW because I have a cousin that works at GW. And during this time, it's still COVID. So I can't have anybody. I know no one can come to the hospital because it's COVID, but I have a cousin that works at GW. So she'll make sure I'm okay. And so that's why I want to go. So I went to GW, and they're like, you know, they do all the blood work, the urine work on you. They do what do you call that? Like the scan of your kidneys, because they can see from the blood work that I had at patient first that there was something going on with my kidneys. So my kidneys had shrunk so small they couldn't even really see my kidneys on the I can't think of the name of it, Steve.
But a renal scan?
There's like a scan, but it's kind of like the one where you're pregnant and they scan it all over. I don't know, but they couldn't
Oh, a
see.
sonogram.
There's like a sonogram, but it's on your back. I don't know. But anyway,
Yeah.
my kidneys had shrunken so small. They couldn't see him. So I ended up staying in the hospital for 10 days. And I had to stay for so long because the main focus was to get my blood pressure down. And they couldn't really do any treatment plans for me until the blood pressure had come down. And they tried to give me a biopsy in the hospital, but because the kidneys were so small, they had to end up doing a CT scan. So we had to wait for the CT tech so they can give me like a biopsy while I was in this machine. So once I got the biopsy done, they sent the they sent the sample to a lab in like Boston or something. I had to wait a few days for that to come back. They're like, we cannot release you because if you get released and come back, you're going to have to wait 2-3 days for a bed. It's COVID. It's packed in here. So I'll stay at the hospital. When they found out what it was, my nephrologist, and I met my nephrologist at George Washington University Hospital. I did not know her before this. And she had gotten at the hospital 2 months before I started. She wasn't even on the website or anything because I'm in the bed Googling her. I want to know about her. But she's this young, innovative. She's actually younger than me. And it was such a blessing I am still so grateful to have her as my nephrologist because even during COVID, she took the chair and she pulled it up to the bed with me, the greatest bedside manner I have ever experienced in my life. She pulled the chair up and she's holding my hand and she's in my face. She's like, you have 90% scarring on both of your kidneys. I'm so sorry. And we're just in there. I'm crying and she's like, it's okay. I know you can do, you're going to beat this. She's like, you've been positive this whole time you've been in this hospital. I'm going to work with you. There are many things you can do for yourself. She's like, there are things I can help you with, but you can do a lot of things for yourself. And when she said that to me, she really gave me power because I felt so hopeless and powerless in the hospital all that time. I really did, because I did not expect to be 1 week on a family vacation and then the next week I'm in a hospital, and when she gave me my power back, I said, I'm going to go home and I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to do it. That's all I'm going to have in the front of my mind. I'm going to do it. And so I was Googling. I found Dad Vice, James from Dad Vice TV. He is I hope I actually get to meet him one day because he saved me so much. He taught me about all the things they said I couldn't do. They said that, stage 5 patients, you have to be on dialysis and you have to. There was even a doctor in the hospital who told me, because I was Googling Dad Vice and he was talking about this low protein diet and being vegan. And so I was like, in the hospital, I have to immediately start eating this way. And there was a doctor that said, it doesn't matter what you eat. You just gonna keep getting bad. It don't matter. And he was very, very rude. But I get it. He's overwhelmed. It's COVID. It's a lot going on. So, it was cool. But I'm sorry. James had lived this. So he has really good advice. And then I found Jen Hernandez from Plant Power Kidneys and the whole group of kidney warriors in there. And they are such a blessing in my life. Every question that I have, everything that I am not sure about, I could ask them at any time of day or night, and they would answer the questions for me. And so when I came home, I was very, very weak from being in the hospital for 10 days because you can't walk around. You're just laying in the bed. So I started exercising when I came home. I would exercise for 5 minutes at a time, walk around my neighborhood, come in the house, take a break, exercise again for 5 minutes. And I did those 5 minutes until I got to 30 minutes a day because the doctor said, you need to get this weight off of you. She's like, that's the number one thing you have to do. You got to get the weight off of you because it's causing stress on your kidneys. When I went in the hospital, I was 275 pounds. No, I can't hear you. Should I sign out and sign back in?
Now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I had you off because I wanted people on TikTok to hear your story. They can't hear you when I have my mic plugged in.
Okay.
So how much did you weigh when you went before you got sick?
I was 275 pounds.
Wow. And how much did you lose?
I've lost 100 pounds, but it hasn't been a year yet. I've lost over 100 pounds. I'm like 274 now.
Wait,
I mean,
wait a
I'm
minute.
174.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Wait a minute.
174.
Wait, whoa. Wait a minute. Hold on. So you lost 100 pounds within a year. It hasn't been a year.
It hasn't been a year yet.
Oh my God.
But I was very,
Wow.
because I wanted, when my doctor told me that there were things that I could do to save me, I knew that I had to do what, I have to do my part. I can't expect, as great as Renadil is and the nephrologist that I have is and everybody, I still have to show up for myself. And so
Right.
I only ate food that grew out of the ground. I ate a plant-based, vegan diet, but a vegan renal diet. I got a renal dietitian, because there's a huge difference between a regular dietitian and a renal dietitian. There are just things that we can't eat as renal patients. I do not eat potatoes. Now I do have I have a whole lot of things that I do eat, but there are a lot of things that I just won't touch because I know better now. And my family is very, very. I'm so thankful for my family because they never sometimes you'll bring your vegan stuff to family events and they be like, "Why are you eating that mess?" My family never did that. They were just happy to have me there, and so I go to every event. I take my own little basket of food, and I'm grateful to be there, because it could have been another way. Like I've heard so many different stories about, people not even knowing they had kidney disease, and and I didn't know either. But I everything that I can do to go straight to transplant, that is my goal. So I don't want to, because dialysis can take a huge toll. You've been working with dialysis patients for 39 years. It can take a huge toll on your body. I have an aunt that's been on dialysis for about 4 or 5 years. And I thought that was the only option you had. But when my doctor told me that, you can, because I had suggested to her this plant-based diet, this guy James, he's talking about this plant-based diet. She's like, that's great. That's what you need because animal protein adds additional stress to your kidneys. You don't have enough function. She's like, you don't even have enough function to be playing with. So I don't eat. I haven't. And also my renal dietitian, she told me, because I used to love to drink smoothies. I used to drink smoothies every day. She's like, you don't have enough function to be drinking those smoothies. You need to drink water. I haven't drank anything but water since I was in the hospital until now. I won't touch nothing but water until after I get a transplant because I'm so,
Let me stop you. I just want to take a pause and thank my man GH Enrique from coming over from TikTok to listen to the show on YouTube. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. So let me ask you that. Wow. So did the doctor, when you was in the hospital and you found out your function was low, did the doctor mention anything about kidney dialysis, or is a possibility it can go that way?
No, she said, when you get out of the hospital, you're going to come and see me and we're going to talk about preparing your body for dialysis in case your function goes down. And so I had 3 surgeries last year. So I do have a basilic vein transposition, so that I have access point in my body, but we haven't had to access it, so I'm very thankful, because she was just afraid that if anything happened, they would have to go in my chest. And she's like, I want you to be, prepared because you never know, what could happen. And so we had all that stuff done, and we're still just pushing toward transplant.
Okay, I'm
so
gonna take it up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, I was talking to TikTok.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's okay.
I'm trying to have them listen on TikTok to your story because some of them may not have it, but I can't talk to you if I had this unplugged. But let me ask you, Candace. So in the hospital, your GFR was 6%.
6%. Yep. And I didn't even know what a GFR was back then. I only remember it was 6% because when I needed an emergency doctor overnight because they were giving me this strong blood pressure medicine. And the medicine was so strong, I felt like I was going to fall. Every time I stood up, I was passing out. And the emergency doctor came and he's like, your GFR is 6%. I was like, I don't even know what 6% is. But I remember him saying that to me. And it wasn't until I started to do research and stuff like that that I was like, okay, this is the number I need to pay attention to. So yeah, it was 6%. He said it very loudly.
And then, uh, well, TP Jamboree, scarring of the kidneys come from many things. If you leave something untreated, especially
Yeah,
like high blood pressure,
that's
that
where mine came
can damage
from.
the kidneys. Any type of chronic disease like lupus, sickle cell, protein, if it's leaking through, if you got diabetes. So now let's talk about this product
Oh
because
yeah,
product, and you have a bottle there, right?
yeah.
So
Yep, and I keep three of them in my refrigerator too.
huh?
Yes, and I always have 3 bottles of these in my refrigerator
Can
all
you
the
put
time.
that up to the camera?
Yeah, can you see it?
No, go over to your right a little bit.
Okay, my right. This way.
Yeah, right there. Okay. The same as this. Yes. So talk about that. How, I mean,
Yeah.
again, because many people of color that
Yes.
deal with kidney disease don't know about this or never heard about Renal.
So
And
yeah, I found out about Renadil through James on Dad Bites TV. And then when I'm I'm listening to him talk and he's talking about how good Renadil is, he talked about how good all these different things were. But of course I asked my doctor and I said, there's this product, it's a probiotic and a prebiotic. It's called Renadil. It's for kidney patients. She's like, you need that because you need to take a pre and probiotic. So when she told me that in the hospital, I ordered it so that when I got out of the hospital, it was home waiting for me. I've been taking Renadil since I got home from the hospital. I take 2 pills every day. When did I get out the hospital? I got out of the hospital probably like
when did you get out the hospital?
May 5th, 2021.
May 5th, 2021.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you've been taking that product ever since.
2 pills a day. Yep, every day.
And when did you notice that your kidney function went up?
Well, of course, when I go to the doctor, because I go to the doctor so much, but you can feel it in your body. Like I knew around Christmas that my kidney, my GFR had gone down a little because I was eating more processed food. I'm eating all this stuff for Christmas and stuff. I still eat vegan, but when I eat more on the processed side, it makes my body feel really bad. When I eat whole foods, I feel great. And so I don't think, and the thing that I do like about Renadil is that they're very honest. They're not claiming to be a miracle cure. You have to use this in conjunction with a very balanced diet and an exercise plan, and they're not claiming to be the cure, but this definitely does help. And they even though, you said earlier that they're not FDA approved, they have patents. So they've been proven to somebody that they're working. I mean, and it's been working for me. So I'm not going to stop using it. I just come too far. I don't want to take that chance, Oh, yes, Bridget. Can you hear me? Bridget, yes, I use fiber too. Fiber is it. Yeah, every day I use fiber too.
Yeah. So let me ask you. I know everything sounds like a bed of roses. Went from 6 to 12%. I mean, I'm sorry, to 14%. But talk about
Yeah.
uh, the anxiety that you were feeling when you were in the hospital and you were told that you had kidney failure. What went through your mind? I mean, I know you shared some of that, but what went through your mind? Did you think that this was the end of your life, or
I mean, that was one thought.
Did you like why me? Was it any why me? And what did you think about your kids and not able to do things with them? Share that with us because.
So yeah. When they told me that, I thought about a lot of different things. I I was thinking that it was like I knew that it would change my life. I didn't think that it was the end of my life because my doctor was very adamant about saying, it's not over. There are so many medical advances. She just kept saying that, and I think she was saying that because when you get such an extreme diagnosis like that, I feel like everybody's mind automatically goes to, oh my Lord, oh my God, it's over. But I was thinking, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to work. What about the house? I'm going to have to move back with my mother-in-law, my kids. They're not going, it's just so many things that I was thinking. And it is earth shattering to receive a diagnosis like that because um, it changes your entire life, and I am not, hey Lisa, I'm not on dialysis. But I do have the ability to work from home. I've been working from home for 6 years for the company that I am working for. But so much has changed in my life since I have gotten this diagnosis. I go to doctor's appointments at at the least every other week because I have to get an EPO shot. My iron is still very low, even though I take iron pills every day. Your kidneys help to do the stuff with your iron in your body, and so my kidney function is so low it doesn't do what it's supposed to do as far as my iron. But I do go see my hematologist every other week, and I have to go see my nephrologist every 2 months. I have a cardiologist now, which I did not have before, but your kidneys and your heart, they tell me that they work in tandem with each other. So I make sure that my heart is good. And then I also have a ophthalmologist because my vision had gotten really bad. I got kidney disease through extreme hypertension, uncontrolled hypertension, and I had cranial pressure, and it caused all of my vision. Everything was crooked. So it took a while for me. I had to keep going back and forth to the ophthalmologist. But once my blood pressure got down, it fixed my vision problems. I mean, life it really has changed so much because I'm a much, this is so crazy to say, but I'm a much happier person. I have never been, and this is crazy, crazy, crazy. I've never been this healthy, this energetic, this loving, this forgiving, this caring that I am now, that my life has changed. My life has changed so much. So every minute means so much to me. Everything that people do in consideration of me means a lot. I mean, from calling, texting, do you want to take a walk together? Do you want, all that stuff means the world to me. And, we take those things for granted so much, but I enjoy every moment. I enjoy every moment. I get to see my nephews and my nieces grow up. They bring me so much joy. And I just, I wish I could take them all and let them live with me because I just enjoy seeing them and spending time with them. Every moment I get with my husband, my husband takes me to every single doctor's appointment. I tell him he doesn't have to take me. I am very capable of driving myself, but he just wants to be there. And I'm so thankful for him. So yeah, my sisters, every time, because listen, I have a very positive approach to this, but I am not positive all the time. There are a lot of times there are moments of sadness like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I have this disease that will forever label me, a kidney patient. But my family is so supportive. My sisters and cousins and my in-laws, my mother-in-law, she came over here every day when I was in the hospital, and she cleaned my house. Every time I had to go to the doctor, she watched my children. She cooked them dinner. She went grocery shopping. It's just so many people around me. My support system is so strong. And when you face something like this, you have to have a strong support system, because you're going to need some help. You're going to need a lot of help. But yeah, there are good days and bad, but there are way more good days than bad. So I'm very, very thankful for that. Um, yeah, so let me see what y'all saying in the comments. Thank y'all. Hi
Thank you
y'all.
for being candid and
Yeah. I'm sorry I'm crying.
no, absolutely. That was a tears of joy. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very understandable because let me tell you something. And it's in my 39 years in working in dialysis, I've seen unfortunately, so many people get hit like you have, but they had to keep going. And what I mean by keep going is move on to dialysis. They didn't have a young gun nephrologist. They may have had one of these old timers or someone who's really into Western medicine and go by the book. You know what I'm saying? Give the standard care treatment, which ultimately may lead you onto dialysis.
Yeah.
Doesn't talk about alternative methods, doesn't talk about vegan diet, don't
Yes.
talk about exercise or lifestyle changes.
Yeah.
And that's what gets um, the population because the lack of education.
That's right.
And some people may be watching this or not maybe watching this, but other people say, oh, it's not me, so they're not going to listen to the information because it hasn't happened to them.
Yeah.
But the thing is, kidney disease is a silent killer.
That's
You
right.
didn't know you had hypertension. You went on the trip, everything was lovey-dovey, and you started having these symptoms that made you go to the nearest um, first patient first.
Yeah.
And from there, you had to go straight to the hospital. I can't tell
Yeah.
you how many stories I've heard of that.
Yeah.
And they had to start on dialysis. And so your story is very special, and that's why I wanted to have you on because a lot of people. We did several shows. Jane was on my show. I was on his show. He came on. Steve, the kidney nurse, and we talked about this product. He shared his story, how he used it, and it brought his GFR up. And we did another show where we had two ladies. That was on the show. They were white females, but they were older,
All that.
and they were using this, and they didn't have to go on dialysis.
Yeah.
I think this is the best kept secret
This
that
is it.
people are sleeping on with kidney disease, especially in stage 1, 2, 3, 4, and even 5.
Yeah.
It's a probiotic guy, and if you're on dialysis, you can even take it as well, and it'll help with your KT over V, and maybe you can possibly reduce your treatment time. I'm not saying that will happen, but you got to be very mindful and monitor your lab work if you're going to do that. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I really admire your strength.
Thank
Um,
you.
Let me ask you, is this expensive for you? Because a lot of people may say it's expensive. And before you answer that question, if anybody is thinking about ordering this product, do your research first. Go to the site www. I'll put it up .renadeal.com and do your research. And then if you're interested, come back to Steve the Kidney Nurse. I got a video on TikTok, and I even have it on my Facebook page. We have a coupon code, which I will try to put it up here before we leave, because you can put in the coupon code and get a discount by using my discount code. Candace, let's one thing I wanted to show the audience, because you mentioned that you lost weight, and I have a before and after picture here. So can you see that?
Yes.
So which one, the one with your hair out is what before you got sick? Which one was it?
So the one where my hand is on my face, that is before I knew I had kidney disease, and I was 275 pounds. And the other picture with the headband on, that I took that picture on Thanksgiving actually, and I was probably maybe like 180 then. But since then I've lost a few pounds too, and I actually want to get to 165, but I have not been as crazy about losing the weight as I was at first, because a couple of my aunts are like, you need to slow down, like you're getting too skinny. You need to slow down. So I don't, but I still work out every day though. And oh good, let's go good, Bridget. I'm so happy to hear that. But yeah, I do different exercises. Right now I'm on a trampoline workout, so I love that. But yeah, that's my before and after.
Oh, that's awesome. So that you say you do trampoline?
Yeah, I have a trampoline right here in my living room, actually. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Like a small one.
Yeah, so because I can't get out and walk right now, and then I was going to the gym, but with Omicron, I don't really want to chance it being around too many people right now. So I just put the trampoline in my living room and I work out on that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm sure people can get some ideas from that as well.
Yes. It is fun. Get a trampoline. It's fun.
Right. Was your doctor concerned about you getting COVID?
Oh yeah, she was definitely concerned. And I couldn't even get on the transplant list. They made me get a COVID shot. So, but I actually did get COVID. I got COVID back in July. And so, myself, my husband, and my 3 children, we all got COVID. And what was so weird was that I went back to the same hospital I went to GW, because I had just got released in May. I went back in July, and they were like, what are you doing? Your labs are improving so much. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just eating. I kept telling them I'm just eating and walking, because my GFR it kept going up. And then I think is it called proteinuria? It was like my proteinuria when I first got there was like 10,000. It was over 10,000, and now it was very, very low. And so they just kept asking me all these questions, but I wasn't there for that. I had COVID. So my nephrologist, she definitely came to see me, because she has seen so many times with COVID patients that they can develop some kidney issues. And so she would come and see me all the time just to make sure that I was okay. And I really was. Everything was fine. But yeah, I really am grateful for it. What's so funny is that my nephrologist follows me on Instagram. I think that's just so innovative. That I love that she does that. But she tells me all the time, she's like, you need to get on YouTube and talk about this and stuff. And I'm like, because she says,
yeah, absolutely.
She's never seen anybody like me. She tells me that all the time.
Yeah. Let me just show something right quick.
Yeah.
Here go the wait a minute, let me remove this person's so if you're interested, after you do your research with on Renal, if you're interested in the product, copy this link down right here, HTTPS. Even if you're getting it now, you can get a discount by going here when you order your next supply and put in that coupon code Steve TKN at checkout. And you can definitely get a discount. I'll leave it up for a couple of more seconds. So if anybody want to copy it down, most definitely. A lot of people are asleep on this product, and it has shown and proven to work. We have one kidney warrior on here right now who's sharing her own experience using this product. Dad Vice TV uses the product.
Yeah,
He has over 150,000 YouTube subscribers.
He's amazing.
So let me ask you, Candace, how did your husband take the news when he found out that you had kidney disease?
He he was I feel like my husband was trying to be strong for the children. But he was really I think he was angry. He was more angry than anything because he just wanted somebody to help me. We're so used to the advances in medicine. If you have a headache, you take a Tylenol and the headache goes away, right? If you have any issue, you take medicine and it goes away. But kidney disease is not that kind of disease. You have to be patient. You have to listen to the doctors. You have to find out what works for you. And so when I first started going to all these doctors that I go to, he was very aggressive with them. He would just be like, but they would talk and we would talk to each other. Me and the doctor are talking. Then at the end of the appointment, he's just like, okay, I heard all that, but what are you going to do to help her? Like, what he would be so aggressive. And I had to tell him, John, you can come to the doctor with me, but you got to stay in the car because you have to be more. He has to and I get it because my husband loves me. But the doctors are doing the best they can do. If I did not think those doctors were doing the best they could do, they wouldn't be on my team. I go from Tyson's Corner to Bethesda to DW to here to there to everywhere. I have about 6 doctors on my team, and I have the best doctors. I don't just go to a doctor because this doctor said that doctor's good. No, I Google these doctors. I research these doctors. I look at their reviews. I go to the best doctors for me because I'm worth it. I have to do what's best for me. And so now he is restricted to the car because he's not able to come in there and fuss at my doctors. But yeah, absolutely, he's devastated. My husband and I have been together for 20 years. So, I would ask him, I was in a hospital and he was just in the house. I'm like, John, why don't you take the kids out to the park and let them ride their bikes and everything? And my husband's like, I cannot do it. I'm not ready to do anything without you. I'm not leaving this house. I can't. He was just devastated. And, I feel so sad. I feel sad because I promised my husband a lifetime together. I promised him a lifetime together, and that's what I want to give him. And so when I might get tired of eating broccoli or I might get tired of eating berries with every meal because I eat berries with every meal. I need those berries to fight all the oxalates. I might get tired of that, but I have to do it because I owe it to my husband. I owe it to myself and I owe it to my children. But I I know my husband a long time before I even had our children. So it's very important that I give it my best because he deserves my best. He deserves my best. And I love him so much. So, when you have these people around you that pour love into you um and love you and do anything for you, it's important that you show up. Like I can't be asking, I can't be trying to get a kidney transplant and I'm not doing my part because you got to take care of the new kidney too. I just wouldn't feel right that if somebody gives me their kidney and I'm not even dedicated to taking care of it. I just would never do anything like that. So it's just really important to me to take care of the people that I love. I don't know. I've always been like that. And so it means a lot to me to take care of myself for them. But yeah, I'm sorry. I am a crybaby, and I should have warned you about that before I got on his team.
Oh no! I mean, no. If you need to express your emotions, hey, by all means, no need to apologize. I thank you for being candid and sharing your feelings and your story, because again, your story can help someone right now who may just got diagnosed. You know, many people get diagnosed every day.
Yeah,
Even right now, somebody's probably got diagnosed today with kidney disease or
I see
kidney
it
failure.
all the time.
And you know, and they may be in your same situation,
Yeah.
and then you know, if they see
Ugh,
this, and if they at stage say 3 or 4,
yes.
at least they know they got hope.
Yes, you can
They
do it.
have
I wish
hope.
I had known at state when I went back to my primary care physician after getting out the hospital. I spoke to one of the new doctors that was there. I had never met her before because she joined during COVID. She looked in my records and she said, back in 2018, you were in stage 2. I said, nobody ever told me that. Nobody ever told me I was in stage 2. I had 75% kidney function. And I don't fault the doctors because I don't think, first of all, those are primary care physicians. I don't think they have a plan to help you to maintain that function. I don't think they even know it's possible. But if I had gone to a nephrologist with 75% kidney function, I believe I would have been able to maintain that function. However, hindsight is always 2020, and I'm not upset about it. I just hope that someone who hears this will look at that GFR number. That's all you gotta do is look at the GFR number, and that number will tell you the percentage of kidney function you have. And listen, if it's under, what's the number, Steve? If it's under what, 90%?
And that's stage 2.
Yeah, you need to be asking questions because they may not ask you, they may not give you any advice, but you can ask questions. You have to advocate for yourself. And they're not doing this intentionally. They're busy. They're human beings. They are not, I mean, it's always room for error. So advocate for you. You know, you deserve to ask questions. Thank you so much. Somebody put my Instagram up there. Well, actually, that's one of my sisters. Because GH Enrique is asking for my Instagram. Thank you. But yeah, you and I think that doctors honestly appreciate when patients come in and want to work as a team. I have seen that with my 6 doctors. When we work together, it makes the process more manageable as opposed to me going in there saying, I need the answers, because they're just, this is all a process for them too. Medicine changes every day, so I am grateful for my doctors just being open to listen to me, open to hear what I have to say, because some doctors, they don't do that. But I feel like if your doctor's not listening to you, you probably need to get another doctor because you deserve to be listened to.
Right. Can you share a little bit of what you did to lose 100 pounds within a year? I mean, like you said, it hasn't been a
I think
year,
it's been about 8 months.
8 months.
Yeah.
So can you just share a little bit about how you accomplished that?
Yes. So I of course I went vegan, but I have a vegan renal lifestyle. So I do not eat potatoes, I don't eat bananas. I do eat bread, but I don't eat regular bread. I eat bread that's made from like whole wheat and grain seeds, things like that. I exercise all the time. Exercising is a part of my lifestyle now. Now, before I found out that I had kidney disease, I was not an active person. I was very sedentary. But now I wake up in the morning, like before it was cold outside, I get up in the morning, take my medicine, and then I go out for a walk. I come back in the house, I get the kids ready, get the breakfast, everything ready. And once they're settled and everything, I go back out for a walk. Anything that I can do to add activity to my life, that's what I do. If my daughter wants to go to the mall, I'm excited because I get to go and walk in the mall. Anything that I do, it just is activity, moving my body. I can't, of course, as a kidney patient, you can't, like, lift a bunch of weights and create all this muscle waste in your body because it raises your creatinine. So I don't do anything like that. My focus was um to just get the weight off. So of course, like, I think that was GH Enrique, to get on the transplant list and then to take the stress off my kidneys. Like, that's huge for me, is taking the stress off my kidneys, because if my kidneys are being stressed out, just trying to process all this weight I have on me, they can't work to do what I need them to do, and they don't have that much, function. So yeah, it was just a lot of being active, and eating whole foods. So for breakfast, I would have like an apple, strawberries, blueberries, and some red grapes. And that's it. That's what I eat for breakfast. And then for lunch, I'll have like maybe a vegetable soup, just with like carrots, celery, mushrooms, onions in it. That's really good. And then maybe a little bit of popcorn or something with that. And then for dinner, I would have like, let me see, like a lentil wrap. That's really, really good. It's, my dietitian, she told me that I needed to eat like protein from plants, though, not because I was just, at one point I was just eating broccoli, strawberries and raspberries, and she's like, no, you need to add some plant protein. So she's the one who had me starting to eat like lentils and things like that. And so yeah, when I was adding that stuff to my diet, it didn't put any weight on me. It actually gave me energy. And so those are the type of things that I ate, and those are still the things that I eat. You look at my refrigerator right now, it's probably 6 containers of strawberries, 5 or 6 containers of blueberries, spicy lentil wraps from Trader Joe's, a whole bunch of bottles of Renal, because I always keep that in there too. A lot of water. All I drink is water. I have not had anything to drink but water since May. Yeah, so just a bunch of whole fruits and vegetables. But I do eat like vegan food. I'm a huge, huge, huge foodie. So if you follow my food page over on Instagram at She Omeds and Eats, you'll see that even though I do live a very healthy, lifestyle, I still eat very well. I am not gonna be miserable, and I'm not gonna be, completely not eating because of kidney disease, but I eat the right things. There are certain, like, I won't eat collard greens, of course, because it has too much, I think, potassium in it. But there are a lot of things I won't eat, even though they're healthy. I eat to my labs. That's one thing that Jen Hernandez taught me in the plant power kidney groups. You can listen to what another kidney patient does, but what is most important is that you eat to your lab work. And kidney patients in stage 5, like myself, we go to the doctor so much. I can look at my labs and see, this is how, that's how, I don't need this, I don't need that, I don't need that. And so that is just how I'm able to, survive and lose the weight and do what I gotta do. So yeah, it sounds like a lot. And I think initially it will sound like a lot, but once you get used to this lifestyle, it's second nature. I don't even have to think about it anymore.
Right, right. You said you can get used to it. Anybody could
Yeah.
probably get used to it, especially if they battling stage 5 kidney disease.
Yes.
And when did you start seeing progress that you knew that what you was doing was working?
I would say when I got COVID in July, and I had to go back to the hospital, and all the doctors were coming in there, and they were set in the emergency room, and they were like, your labs went up. They were so shocked. They were shocked. Your labs improved so much. What are you doing? What Every single doctor and nurse that came in there asked me that. What are you doing? And my response was the same every time. I kept saying, I'm eating. I'm eating real foods. That's all I'm doing different. I mean, I'm walking a little bit, but I'm not, busting iron in the gym or anything like that. But I'm eating real food. It that matters a lot, because I was eating a really now looking back, I was eating a really crappy diet. I shouldn't have been eating as much sodium as I was eating. I shouldn't. There's no way I should have been abusing my body like that. And your body, I am learning now that your body will always tell you, you just got to be in tune and listen to it, because I shouldn't be eating and getting sleepy. That's If I eat and get sleepy, that's a problem. If if I do now, Steve, eat and get sleepy, I immediately go work out, because I'm like, oh no way, I'm not good. I just can't go back. It's too much on the line. It's too much on the line.
Oh man, we're kind of coming down to the end of the show, but
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I enjoyed this.
go over, share some. If you were to meet somebody
Yeah.
tomorrow that is in your position, or let's not in your position, but say has stage 4.
Oh wow.
They found out that their GFR is like, say, 25, or let's just say they heading down that road. Can you just give some suggestions or inspiration of from your story of what you can say to that person to help them navigate this process?
That makes me so, just thinking about that, it makes me so happy that somebody is able to find out at stage 4 that they have it. Don't I mean, I know that it sounds like it's devastating for you to hear a diagnosis of stage 3 or stage 4 kidney disease, but you are so lucky. You are so lucky that you have caught this in time to save yourself. You don't even have to even worry. Like, there is so much out here that you can do to help yourself and to maintain the kidney function you have. And that's not just coming from me as a kidney patient, but my doctor, my nephrologist, stresses to me the importance of maintaining your kidney function. And so I just, if you find out that you have kidney disease, I think the first thing you should do is talk to your doctor about a plan to maintain the kidney function that you have, and what you plan to do, because you can't expect them to have action plans for you. They only see you once every couple months. You are with yourself every day. So, let them know these are the things I've been considering doing. Now, if you were asking me, I would of course say go plant-based. I would definitely say, make sure you exercise every day, even if it's for 10 minutes a day. It matters. And if you're not doing traditional exercise like walking or whatever, make sure you are doing something to move your body daily. And just, listen to how your body feels when you get up after you drink your coffee. Are you tired a couple hours later? Okay, that's a problem. Your body's telling you something. Okay, at 3 o'clock, are you hitting a midday slump? That's not normal. That's not normal. Do not listen to people saying a midday slump is normal. No, it is not. Your body is telling you something, and you need to listen to it so that you and your doctor can work together to hit it head on and knock it out.
You said a lot. You said a lot. You definitely got to advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, is advocating and asking questions.
Yeah.
Because if you don't ask questions, then you won't know. Because some of these doctors don't freely tell you.
That's right.
No,
Yeah.
they give you blood work, look at it, and they tell you everything looks good. But what's good? What's the numbers? And next thing you know, 6 months later, you got kidney failure. You'd be like, I thought my numbers were good.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of those type of stories in my kidney support groups all the time. And I'm just going to speak on my experience. When I first met my nephrologist and I went for my first couple appointments, right? It would be quick appointments, like 10-minute appointments. Now, my nephrologist and I sit in that office and talk to each other for like 2-3 hours. And my husband's like, what are you doing? Like, what's taking so long? And that's because we are discussing what's going on. I'm like, have you heard about the bioartificial kidney? And do you know about these ketones? And we are just chopping it up, discussing, kidney disease. And so it's not until, they learn that you actually care and you want more information that they're willing to give you that. So I'm grateful for that.
Listen, if I was a patient and I was sitting there waiting. You in there 2 or 3 hours. You're like, come on, with my appointment. I leave. Hey, let me tell you, I had an appointment one time, not with a kidney doctor, but with a primary care guy that had me waiting like 3 hours. I was out of there.
Yep.
I was like, man, I ain't doing this no more. I ain't waiting for you coming from a hospital. You tell me one time I get there waiting, and next thing I know, I don't get to, at like 1 o'clock, I don't get to see you till like 3 o'clock, 3:30. Man, I dropped that guy like a hot potato. But look, one thing I wanted to say in addition, what comes with a vegan diet, guys, is also watch your sodium. If you're dealing with kidney disease, decrease your sodium intake. And like Candace says, your protein intake, especially your meat proteins like chicken, beef, steak. That type of protein, animal protein, definitely damages your kidney. And watch your glucose, your cholesterol as well, because the cholesterol can cause artery clogs, stuff like that, and affect your heart. And that heart can affect your kidneys. I mean, it's. But you want to give any shout outs, anybody? Any support people? Give a shout out. Let me give you the screen.
Sisters. I see all my sisters and my mother-in-law over here watching, and I appreciate y'all so much. I saw my husband on there. I'm so thankful for all of y'all. I would be so lost. I can't get, y'all know, I'll start crying. So I can't say enough how thankful I am. I have a sister that will cook anything for me to heal me. I have a sister that's a doctor of pharmacology right there, TP Jamboree. She'll talk to me about any little bit of research I find. She means so much to me. My sister, Rayshawn, is on here. She took me to the hospital and she shows up for me every single second. My sister, Johnny and Brookie, my little sisters, I love them so much. I still, even though they grown, I still want to take care of them like they my babies, because they are. I love them so much. And my mother-in-law is on here, and she means so much to me. She know I would be so lost without her. That's the only mother I have, and I'm so grateful for her. My cousin Terry is on here. I know he's always praying for me, and I'm grateful for all of you guys. And thank y'all for watching so much. Thank y'all so much, and all the new friends that I met on here. Hi y'all! Don't forget to follow me at SheOmads and Eats on Instagram. I'm such an emotional person. So yeah.
That's amazing. I know you're on TikTok as well.
Oh yeah, Candice, Candis, me, ME, vegan, VE.
Candice Vegan.
Yes. Candice Me Vegan. Yes.
Okay. So this concludes the show, but I definitely want to bring you back on, and as I mentioned to you, I think you should have your own show. Come on, maybe once or twice a month if your husband will let you, to just share, maybe some content that you may develop pertaining to kidney disease awareness and your story and how you can get information out of, people, dispelling the myth about this product and showing how incorporating this product along with lifestyle changes, dietary changes, and that one could possibly do the same thing. We know everybody's body is different, but that's, the basis is to start, knowing that you have it so you can address the issue.
Yeah, taking that power back. Like I always, when you know that you have power to do something to change, your life in a positive direction, it changes everything. Your mind, you think different, you move differently, you approach situations differently, and of course I was in the hospital, right? And I was Googling all this stuff. It was so many scams. It was so many scams on there. But when I heard Dad Vice talk about this and he actually tried it, this is just one of those projects. I'm so thankful that I found it and that it actually works for me. It's not any gimmicks. They're not telling you that, your GFR is going to shoot up to 100. It says it's going to maintain your, healthy kidney function. It's on the bottle. They're not trying to, sell you a dream. And so I am very thankful for that. And I'm, even after I get my transplant, I'm still taking Renal. It's just, it does great things for me. So, it's just one of those jewels that I'm thankful for.
That's awesome. And we definitely don't want to see you move forward to dialysis. I'm telling you.
I
And so
know.
you're able to find this product and find the right information. Uh, and I got to reach out to James and let him know. I mean,
Oh,
he's affected a lot of people. Um,
yeah. I
but
would just be in tears. I wouldn't even be able to talk. I would just be crying and crying and crying because he has no idea. I sat in that hospital and watched probably every video on his channel. He is a
wow,
lifesaver. He is a lifesaver. I mean, he what he has is worth millions. I mean, he's a blessing in my life. I am so thankful for him.
wow. Yeah, he's a great guy, very humble guy. So, uh, you got a lot of people watching, responding, and
My mother always say, "You did good, cry baby. Thank
yeah,
you."
yeah, you definitely you did a great interview. And again, I want to thank you for coming on and sharing your story
Yeah,
and being
thank you so much for
candid.
having me.
Yeah, and we'll talk off camera.
Oh
I
yeah.
definitely would love for you to come back and share some tips, or just have some content where you can encourage other people who
Yes.
may be in stage 1 to 5, and
Yeah.
how they can maintain hope and inspiration and turn their situation around
Yeah.
and to halt that progression. Because a
Yeah.
lot of kidney doctors, again, when you're in like single digits, they want to start treatment right away, especially if you exhibiting any problems like respiratory arrest, or
Yeah.
if your I mean, I'm sorry, not respiratory arrest, but respiratory distress, or
The
high,
swelling.
yeah, edema,
Yeah.
and the metallic taste in your
In your mouth.
mouth, and
Yeah.
all that. And,
Yeah.
and
He
so
told me that.
yeah, they
My,
start the treatment. So
but
very
she
fortunate.
she told me that is because I kept asking. Once he told me about the GFR number, I said, "How do we know? If we have to start dialysis?" And she told me there's not a number. There are these symptoms that patients display, and so she has me come in every couple months to see if I have any of those. She squeezes my leg. She's like, "You don't have any swelling. What's going on? You don't." And so after she checks me and all that, she's like, "Well, I don't have anything else to say." And so we just start talking about all these other things. But she says she can look at me and tell if I need it or not. But because she told me that, I look for those things in myself, checking, or do I have any swelling, or, do I have a headache? But I don't really, I don't have any of those symptoms. And when it was really hot outside, my legs would swell because I would walk around the neighborhood so much. And she's like, "Just come home, put your legs up, and let me know if they go down." They go down right away. And so it's just never been a concern. And I'm so thankful for that. And I hope we can just keep that going until, I want to get the transplant without having any issues, because just dealing with this is enough. It's a lot. It's a lot of medication that I have to take. It's a lot of doctor's appointments. It's a lot. So um just yeah, I just want to be able to do what I gotta do and go to transplant. So yeah.
Well, Candace, I definitely appreciate you coming on, Steve, the kidney nurse. And
Yeah.
again, like I said, I look forward to talking to you all
Thank
spring,
you.
so we can possibly have you back and maybe do some content.
All right. Thank you so much, Steve. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, take care. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, bye-bye. So guys, this was, and let me turn the overlays off, the chat. So guys, this was an awesome show. I mean, I really want to thank Candace Madden for coming on and sharing the story. However, if you find yourself in a situation to where you just got diagnosed with kidney failure and you got to start dialysis, maybe you weren't able to stop the progression or whatever the case, it's still not too late. So look, if you just started dialysis within the last month or within the last week, this book right here, How to Survive Outpatient Hemodialysis, a guide for patients with kidney failure. I wrote this book. I put 39 years experience in this. This would definitely help you navigate that first day going into dialysis, because a lot of people don't know unless another patient tells you what to expect. But even that, a lot of patients can't remember the exact nature of what they did the first day. They just know they went in, they signed papers, and they had their treatment. But I'll walk you right through, as if you walking through that front door, from the paperwork, what you signed, to patients' rights and responsibilities, what they're supposed to do on the first day when you get your treatment, from your vital signs, your weight, taking your vital signs every 30 minutes during treatment, to returning your blood, what to look for. So it's a very, very handy book for new patients, and it even has a glossary in the back of known words that are talked about in the kidney space. So with that being said, guys, thank you for joining the broadcast. We had a good turnout tonight. I really appreciate it. Look for us again this week. Jared A. Brown is back on Wednesday with Warriors Quest. And so that ought to be a great show. And then the 28th, we got Kidney Stories 2 with Uncle Jim right here on the Urban Health Outreach Media. Thank you, Miss Gloria. Please share the broadcast. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Urban Health Outreach Media, and Steve the Kidney Nurse. Would be much appreciated. Till next time, thank you guys for watching. Stay safe out here in this COVID world, and have a great work week. I'm out. God bless you, and have a good night. Peace.
All these brothers, my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Cold, these brothers, my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Ride or die, 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 ride or die. Cold, these brothers, my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta ride or die.
some ground, don't get caught in the mosh pit. Fuel to the fire, ain't nobody can stop it. Trouble in my city, but you know I'm across it. Got a 40 on my hip and I'm liable to spark it. Throw down these hits, my click is indivisible. I aim, you duck, I squeeze, now you invisible. I'm not afraid of getting physical. All these different chemicals are fogging up my visuals. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Yo, we notorious, we ain't no runners. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Yo, we some warriors, they ain't called gunners. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Put on my strap, put on the beat, put on the map, put on my team. Take out every motherfucker in between. Know what I mean? Better myself, better my aim, better my rap, better my name. Killing rappers on my hang, I'm by their chains for the fame. Never thought I would it, now I'm running.